Thank you. Thank you. Hey guys, it's Fleccas. This week we're at CSULA for a Michael Knowles speech. He's here to talk about building the wall, and these college kids are not happy about it. Let's see what's going on. Can I ask you about it?
Yeah. It's a demonstration to shed light on violence against people of color, and you're clearly here to make fun of that and antagonize.
Well, what makes you say that? What makes you say that?
Just
What is it? The vest? Is it the nice outfit? Is it the shorts? Is it the cool merch? What makes you say that? I just interviewed.
Oh, I thought you were cute.
She said I'm cute. Hey, I'll take it. That works. Thank you. What are you hoping the goals are by bringing Michael Knowles here to speak? What are you hoping to accomplish?
I just want the conservative message to get out. Not everybody in this campus thinks the way the school wants you to think, and just join YAF. If you come to CSULA, join us. Not everybody's a conservative. We have liberals, we have moderates, but we accept free speech, and we're out here promoting free speech and conservative values, which is what we don't hear on campus.
Do you think he should be allowed to give the speech on campus?
I mean, it's a free country. Anyone should be allowed to give their opinion.
Cool.
But there's a fine line between giving your opinion and, how do I say it? Not necessarily hate speech, but using slandering speech against a group of individuals.
Do you think that Michael Knowles has done that?
I mean, I don't keep up with the guy, so I can't comment on that.
I've never heard him say anything that crazy. Never heard him say anything like bigoted or like evil. You know what I mean? Like nothing like coming from a bad place.
Do you think college campus, free speech in college campus is at risk right now?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's different than when I went to school, and that wasn't even that long ago.
At times, people are willing to have conversations, but then there's always those few individuals that don't even want to have a conversation with you. They just want to shut you down.
Hello. Can I ask you a question?
I already know what you're about to.
Do you? Have you seen my stuff?
You can suck my
That's an interesting way to approach somebody. And what was some of the kickback you're getting? Is there a bit of flack? Yeah.
So last Tuesday, we actually built a wall over there, and so there was like about 50, 60 people gathered up. Someone actually came and tackled our wall and then threw paint on me and on the wall.
So assaulted you?
Yeah, basically. We filed a police report, but they haven't caught the individuals yet. But yeah, it's pretty dangerous to be in the conservative here, especially here at CSULA.
There are very few professors here on campus that, they disagree with you, but they can have an open conversation. I've had professors like that before. There are other professors over here that are just going to shut you down in an instant. They'll yell at you, they'll scream at you. I had one friend, you have to take a diversity course here. He said that he is like Pan-African studies, and, he wanted to learn a bit more about African culture, but he told me he felt uncomfortable because in the middle of the class he had to stand up and he had to raise his fist. It was like required for everybody to yell Black Power. So it just depends over here. But the thing is, it's either you get a professor who completely disagrees with you but wants to hear your opinion, or you get the professor that just shuts you up. It's no in between.
Do you think that Michael Knowles should be able to speak here today? You're not wanting to shut him down, right?
I don't really know who he is.
Yes. Nice seeing you. Yeah? Yeah. Do you love me or do you hate me? Oh, okay, nice. See, not so bad here. Not so bad.
It's taking, classical liberal ideas out and replacing them with, socialism and,
radical progressivism, to be honest. And it's hard to keep up because, like you said, you can't be a Democrat. You can't be on the left and be pro-life anymore. Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hi.
I'm Austin.
Come and join the conversation.
Cool. What do you want to talk about?
I just want to see what you were talking about.
Oh, okay. We're talking about free speech on campus and how bringing a conservative on campus has resulted in some flack and some backlash from some of the students. And talking about sharing multiple ideas and kind of hearing both sides and engaging in free speech and dialogue on campus and how important that is. Do you agree?
I think it's a difficult question. I'm interested in what you have to say.
About what specifically?
Free speech, or that's what we were talking
Michael
about?
Knowles or free speech, or are you here for the...
My original entry into this conversation was to find out what you are talking about. That's why you're here, right? You want
we're talking
to...
about free speech.
Yeah, so talk about it.
Okay, that's an interesting way to approach people. Hello.
I don't know what you're talking
I'm Austin. I like your upper body denim. I asked YAF why they're here. I asked them why they're here. Just want dialogue on campus.
But you wearing the hat is clearly you're suggestive of something.
This is American flag hat? Why is the hat suggestive? It's American flag, right? It's not like I'm wearing a Trump hat or a MAGA hat. It's just a flag, right?
Really?
You not agree?
We're asking, do you support free speech? That's what we're basically asking.
I don't have to answer your questions. I'm asking
Yeah, I
you
guess
a
you don't
question.
support it then? Is that
Of
why you
course I
don't-
support
Okay,
free
thank you.
speech. But there is a difference between free speech and hate speech. I'm sure you're aware.
And what is the difference?
The difference is one is oppressing people and the other one is just having your say.
Do you think there's a legal difference?
I'm not answering your questions. Now you're harassing me. I wanted to ask you.
Well, you approached me. I was just standing here having an interview with this nice young man.
I'm standing here asking you a question.
What was the question you asked me?
I asked you, what are you talking about? You seem very unable to talk about it, which is a little bit strange.
Okay. Well, I have an event. I know you're going to stop by. You're welcome to ask the speaker, and I'll see you there.
No, it's okay. I'm just going to
nice.
hang around.
Cool. That sounds like fun.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck to you, too. We're with Sergio. You just ran into him. You went to the speech, Michael Knowles.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great. It was so good. Michael, he was amazing. You know, the funniest part of it all was throughout the whole speech, there were people protesting. They were saying, you know, free speech. That speech incites violence, that it's evil, it's anti-immigrant. I'm an immigrant myself. I'm a person of color. I was just chilling the whole time, enjoying the speech. Throughout this entire day, the only people that have made me feel uncomfortable have been the liberals.
You're putting ash on people, dog. Chill out.
You're part of that. You should go to that.
Well, I'm just trying to talk to both sides.
Hey, you need to go away.
Well,
Nobody
I
wants
was
you
standing
around.
here. You walked up to me.
I'm gonna follow you everywhere you go to tell people that you guys are conservative trolls, so that they won't do
I'm
interviews
not a
with
troll.
you.
I'm a very nice guy. I'm asking very easy questions. She's very anti me and hates me, and it's okay. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. Are you following me? We're going. Come on.
It's a general consensus, you know, both in classrooms, outside of classrooms. It's that right-wing ideologies or conservatism is innately a bad thing. And so this is my first time wearing my MAGA hat. It's great. It feels liberating. You know, but you know, obviously there is discomfort sometimes because the overwhelming majority of students here are liberals. They're leftists. They don't like to see this kind of stuff.
Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Right now, your ass ass is Hello? Hello? Too rich, he ain't got the answers. By the way, I'm a dreamer, just so you know. Hey, back the off. Back the you need to back the I don't know. You need to back off. You need to back the Go do something. I'm not gonna do anything. Alright.
Dude, she knocked his hat off.
This is a
Why is that
perfect
okay?
example.
Why is that okay?
This is a perfect example of how the left thinks it's appropriate to assault people.
The narrative over here is that if you're against illegal immigration, you're against immigrants, which isn't true. My parents were immigrants. Chairman's parents were immigrants. In fact, I'm kidding you not, most of the people that are in part of the chapter are either immigrants or the parents are immigrants. We don't hate immigrants.
Well, we bring in 1 million legal immigrants a year now, and there's between 11 and 22 million people here illegally. What number can we get to? How many can we bring in legally a year?
Hey man, as many as don't want to come here. We have we have jobs that need to be taken.
Come here because
Nobody
wants to leave their home. Nobody wants to leave the place they call home.
I mean, you know,
You think the people in the caravan though, like everyone in these caravans wants to come here. We should just open the doors, let them walk right in, and cut everyone in line who's trying to come here legally.
No, I think we should.
No, I think we should put in a system where coming here doesn't have to be illegal or legal. There should be a clear path into coming here. You become a U.S. citizen.
So if you cross the border and in the middle of the night and no one sees you, no one knows who you are, that we agree there that shouldn't be allowed.
I mean, Canada does it, and I mean it's funny because you go to our border in the south. You know, they're 5 inches short of a strip search. You go to Canada, it's like, welcome to Canada, hey, you're in, you know?
Here's a beer.
Yeah, here's, you know.
Well, to be fair, last year, I think in 1 month last year, there was enough fentanyl seized at the ports of entry to kill the entire United States multiple times. So I agree with you, people are coming here to find better lives, but there are also issues. There's drug trafficking, there's sex trafficking, there's children trafficking.
But I mean, isn't that
so
what
it's
the
like
police are
we
for?
can't just say, oh yeah, people want to come here, let's give them a chance, and just like completely blanket cover the entire group.
I don't like talking about platitudes. I like talking about policy. My good friend Kevin Amador told me that, and I'm for that. I like talking policy and solutions.
Bridges, not walls. It's like it's bigger than that. It's like we actually need comprehensive borders reform.
Of course.
And people, when you get into that conversation, they say, "Why do you hate brown people?"
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you prefer corn or flour tortillas?
I like flour actually. Yeah.
And how long have you hated brown people?
I never hated brown people.
Oh, okay.
I live downtown. I live in Skid Row. I don't hate brown people.
Oh, nice.
So why do you think I hate brown people?
Do you prefer
Conchas
or
wait. You said to me,
do you prefer
how long have I
conchas
hated brown
or
people?
orejas?
How can you say that to somebody? You don't even know me. You never even seen my channel or anything I do. You don't even know anything about me. How can you say I hate brown people? That's so messed up.
It is messed up, right?
The Democratic Party essentially uses immigrants as pawns, right? That's all we are to them. That's why they want open borders, because if more illegal immigrants cross the country, right, unregulated, they're going to pander to those immigrants by using welfare state policies that tell them it's okay, we're here to take care of you, we love you, we're going to give you all this free stuff. But in reality, it decentivizes people from overcoming poverty. It keeps people in the poverty line. It keeps people in welfare. So Democrats, Hispanics, and immigrants, they're just more votes. The welfare state, the expansion of government, it has nothing to do with the well-being of the poor people, but it has everything to do with the ego of the elites.
Why do I hate brown people? That's such a messed up thing, dude.
So bad.
It is so messed up.
I take it very seriously. You're calling me a racist, basically. Aren't you embarrassed? Aren't you embarrassed?
Shame.
Honestly, you should be embarrassed. And then forget the video, forget the jokes. You should be embarrassed, because the way you can just jump to that conclusion, being a racist is one of the worst things a person can be. And to jump to that conclusion, for no reason is embarrassing. And I don't think you've learned anything in college. And you probably have some major that's not going to get you a job, and you're going to get out of there in the world and be another hater. Have fun, dude. Have fun living your life like this. Do you see a difference between illegal immigration and immigration?
It's just paperwork to me.
But do you think that we should prioritize one over the other?
I don't believe so.
Do you think so?
I think whoever, first come, first serve. So if the illegal immigrants get here and they're working, and they have a job here, and the only thing that's missing is for them to formally submit the paperwork, then they should, they're here already. What, you can't, sending them back? Really, you're going to waste taxpayers' money on that?
To be fair, illegal immigrants do cost the taxpayers over $100 billion a year.
But
in resources and social funding, and then taxes they pay is only $25 billion.
Oh no, but for in terms of that tax being used for them, there's, apart from the illegal immigrants, I mean, there's a lot of things that taxes goes towards, which maybe you shouldn't go towards. But staying on the topic of illegal immigrants, it's kind of the sacrifice we've got to make. You like eating vegetables, right? You like eating fruit?
Not as much as I should, but yeah.
Well, I mean, and you know who picks that? Illegal immigrants who earn next to nothing. So unless you want to,
unless jobs we don't want to do argument, I get that, but there are between 11 and 22 million people here illegally. It's not just like a few 100,000 agriculture workers,
So let me pose a question for you then. What's the problem with illegal immigrants? I mean, of course, aside from the outliers such as MS-13, violent, terrorist groups and whatnot, just the ordinary Joe who comes to work here, who would have maybe been in the Vaquero program had that still been available, what's the difference between, or what's your gripe with illegal immigrants is a better question.
I think the people that they affect the most when they come here illegally is the taxpayer, legal immigrants, and low-income people. So they go to usually the inner cities, they take low-income jobs or construction jobs or what was historically middle-income jobs, primarily from the African-American community and the legal immigrant community. They take those jobs away. And also when they go into our school systems, a third of the class doesn't speak English in an already struggling school district. I don't think it's going to make it any better. And there's a lot of people that do come here unvetted too. So it's like there's no real upside. It is helping people, but at the end of the day, the supply of people looking for a better life is in the billions globally. So we can't say, it's global poverty, we're helping these people. That supply of people that want help will never end. So we have to kind of draw a line and fix the problem so we can move forward, or else we'll just keep flooding the border and flooding the system.
It pretty much boils down to identity politics, right? When people hear immigration, when people hear somebody criticize illegal immigration, they're not hearing somebody trying to support our country's sovereignty or secure borders. What they're hearing is, I'm a racist, I hate brown people, I don't like Mexicans. It's the same thing that the media has done to Donald Trump.
Truth is tough.
Truth is tough.
Sometimes, when you have to shine a light on some stuff, it's bad. It is.
Exactly. Yeah, there are some undeniable and sometimes harsh truths out there that people want to ignore to feel comfortable, which is actually a long-term problem. It's a short-term solution, but a long-term problem. I'm telling you, by the end, we're gonna be friends by the end of this. I'm not a bad guy. I'm very nice.
Maybe I'm a bad guy.
Maybe. You said some pretty bad things to me before. If I said that to you, people would probably get really mad about that. If I said that to a woman, the things you said to me, I'd probably get arrested or at least hit or something, right? Yeah, but I don't speak that way.
Times in America, huh?
I don't speak that way to people. I'm really nice, you know?
Throughout the entire speech, people were saying, this speech is violence. It's anti-immigrant. If you criticize illegal immigration, you're pushing for violence against immigrants. The only person who has faced any violence in that room was Michael Knowles. I'm not afraid to support Trump. I'm not afraid to say I'm proud of being an American. I'm not afraid to say I'm a part of the greatest country in the world. And immigrants need to stop, us immigrants, you know, us Latinos, people of color, you know, this community needs to stop believing that the Democratic Party is the only platform for us to feel safe, for us to be part of the American dream. We need to stop reverting to identity politics. We need to stop voting for the policies that got us to come here. Socialist policies were the ones that ruined these Central American countries.
And so what's the name of your organization?
Fleccas Talks. It's my own YouTube channel. Fleccas Talks? What's it called? She's telling everyone I'm a troll and I'm the worst. She doesn't even know the channel. How do you spell that? Yeah, my haircut looks good. My haircut looks good. Got a haircut. Mom made me. Thank you for wearing that hat, man. Hey, that's the next step we need to take, is to be more comfortable on campus, be more outspoken. Because if it's just one at a time, they can pick us off one at a time. But if we are a group and we are a community and we stand with each other, it'll be harder to take this whole movement down. It's a lot stronger than they realize. I'm very progressive.
You're so radical.
I think you're radical, to be honest. If it was dark, you'd probably throw punches. You'd probably cover your face and throw punches.
Stop the violence.
What's up, dog?
Hey, I watched your channel before.
You
opened up my mind to, you know, like a new perspective.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. These people said I hate brown people.
What quote have they cited that says, oh, they hate brown people? Like, and there's no such thing as brown people. We're human. We're human.
I agree.
We're all humans. There's only one race, and that's the human race.
That's what I'm
Stop
talking about.
putting each other into boxes. Like my old U.S. history teacher would say, like, stop putting people into boxes. It's not good. It creates
Exactly.
division.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the more labels you get, the more limited we are, and we can't. We have to fall into line with points of view and thoughts.
It doesn't promote diversity of thought, diversity of thinking.
That's what I'm talking about. Diversity of thought, diversity of thinking. That's what we need more of. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Get yourself some merch if you haven't gotten merch yet. PayPal me a few dollars on PayPal if you want to PayPal me a few dollars on PayPal. Either way, we'll see you at the next one. Fleccas Talks. Fleccas Talks, yeah.
Your last name is Fleccas?
Well, my last name is Fletcher, but a drunk friend in college typoed it and wrote Fleccas by accident, so I go by Fleccas now. Can I ask you one follow-up question?
I'll answer the question, but you have to give me your dick pic first, okay?
It's so disgusting. You hear that, sir?
What's the question?
He said, I asked him a question. He said I have to send him a picture of my penis.
Oh my God, what's the question?
I said, do you think Michael Knowles should be able to speak here today?
Well, it's, I guess so.
Free speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.